All right, today we're going to break down a really comprehensive guide that's all about protecting one of our most precious senses, our sight. We're going to look at how your diet, your daily habits, and even professional care can team up to create a powerful shield for your eyes. So let's jump right in.
But let me ask you something first. Is your daily life, without you even realizing it, harming your eyes? I mean, think about it. From the second you wake up, your eyes are dealing with a constant barrage from aging, from light, and just from our environment. And the tricky part is, a lot of these threats are totally invisible.
And that really gets to the heart of the problem here. The guide we're drawing from puts it perfectly. Think of your eyes like these super high-performance engines. They are always working, processing just an incredible amount of information. But at the same time, they're constantly exposed to things that cause wear and tear over the years.
Okay, so the big sciencey term for this is oxidative stress. Basically, every single time your eyes are exposed to light and oxygen, it creates these little unstable molecules called free radicals. And over the years, decade after decade, that damage adds up. It's a huge factor in serious conditions like macular degeneration and cataracts. So this is the why behind everything we're about to talk about.
Okay, so how do we actually fight back against all this pressure? Well, believe it or not, our first line of defense actually starts on our plate. The guide we're looking at here presents nutrition as our body's own internal shield, a way to basically arm our eyes from the inside out against that very oxidative stress.
See, to build up that internal shield, our eyes need very specific tools. The guide breaks them down into these key nutrients. You've got things like lutein for your macula, vitamin C as a major antioxidant, and omega-3s, which are crucial for retinal function. Each one has a really specific job, and the best part is you can find them in everyday foods.
You know, the source material has this awesome analogy. It calls these nutrients your eye's personal bodyguards. And it makes so much sense. Lutein and zeaxanthin, they're basically your internal sunglasses, soaking up damaging light. Vitamin C protects all those tiny blood vessels, and omega-3s are literally part of the physical structure of your retina. They all work together like a little security team.
So, to make this super practical and easy to remember, the guide gives us this simple, actionable shopping list. You see things like leafy greens, which are just packed with lutein, salmon loaded with omega-3s, and bright bell peppers bursting with vitamin C. The main takeaway here? An eye-healthy plate is all about eating the rainbow. Lots of color, lots of variety. Okay, so we've covered that internal shield, nutrition. Now let's talk about building an external shield. These are the conscious choices we get to make every day that can either protect our vision for the long haul or, unfortunately, harm it.
And the guide is really clear on this. It starts with the single biggest thing you can control, smoking. It states that smokers have a 2 to 4 times higher risk of developing age-related macular degeneration. I mean, that number just hits you, right? It shows you the direct, brutal impact smoking can have on those delicate blood vessels in our eyes. But okay, let's switch gears to a super positive habit that every single one of us can adopt, especially since we're all glued to our screens. To fight that digital eye strain, the guide really emphasizes the 20-20-20 rule. It's so simple. Every 20 minutes, you just look away from your screen. Find something about 20 feet away and just stare at it for 20 seconds. It's like a mini vacation for your eye muscles.
And of course, we can't do this all on our own. Professional oversight is absolutely key. And here's a really crucial point the guide makes. A lot of these really serious eye diseases, they don't have any early symptoms. That's why this timeline is so important. You can see that as we get older, or if we have risk factors like diabetes, getting that comprehensive eye exam every single year becomes totally non-negotiable. It's all about catching things early.
All right, this brings us to the final layer of protection that the guide talks about, adding reinforcements. This is all about partnering with the experts, and as the source suggests, thinking about strategic supplementation to make sure you're not missing any key nutrients.
So the guide we're using for this explainer then brings up a specific product, a supplement called MacuMist. It's presented as a way to make sure you're getting really concentrated doses of specific nutrients that the guide has identified as being vital for the health of your retina. So let's take a peek inside the formula that's laid out in the guide. We see some of our personal bodyguards in there, like lutein and zeaxanthin, but it also adds a few other interesting compounds to the mix. For instance, the guide mentions bilberry extract for helping with night vision and astaxanthin, which it calls a super potent antioxidant. Now, the guide also makes a pretty interesting claim about how it's delivered.
It argues that a liquid spray, which gets absorbed under your tongue, can actually bypass the harsh environment of your digestive system. And the thinking here, according to the guide, is that this could lead to way better absorption of these key nutrients compared to just swallowing a traditional pill.
And this image here really illustrates the whole philosophy presented in the guide. Look, the supplement isn't being pushed as some kind of magic bullet. Not at all. It's shown here as just one piece of a much bigger puzzle, a complete system that includes your annual exams, a great diet, UV protection, and just managing your overall health.
Okay, so let's pull all of this together. How do we turn this into a clear, simple action plan? Well, the guide boils it all down to 3 main pillars of protection for your vision.
And here they are. It's really that simple. Pillar number 1 is to nourish your eyes from the inside out with a colorful diet. Pillar 2 is to protect them from the outside world with things like sunglasses and smart screen habits. And Pillar 3 is to partner with your eye doctor for those crucial checkups and to talk about whether targeted nutritional support makes sense for you.
And to wrap it all up, the guide gives us this amazing practical takeaway, a wellness plan you can actually use to weave all these habits into your life. It breaks it down into daily things, weekly goals, and annual must-dos. It just makes this huge goal of lifelong eye health feel so much more manageable, right? So we'll leave you with this final thought from the source material. It's just a powerful reminder that our choices, every single day, really are a critical factor in our long-term eye health. The power to keep our vision sharp for decades to come, it is absolutely in our hands.